This is KGW News at 11.
We begin tonight with the tragic crash that killed 7 farm workers earlier this month. Thank you for joining us. I'm Blair Best. It happened along I-5 between Albany and Salem when a semi-truck ran into their van as they were on their way home from work. Tonight, the victim's family and friends held a vigil in Salem. Thomas Schultz was there, and Thomas, this is just days after the family members begged a judge for justice.
Yeah, Blair, it was an understandably emotional scene tonight at Morning Star Church in Salem. Family members honored 7 farm workers killed at a time of day many agricultural laborers to travel home. Tonight, chaplains and community members consoled family members as they continue to mourn. 7 vases of peonies and irises lined the stage of Morning Star Church Sunday evening. 1 vase for each victim killed at this crash on I-5 near Salem. Red flowers for the 6 men, pink for Alejandra Carpio, the sole female victim.
The best thing we can do is let ourselves feel what we need to feel.
As a mariachi band played in remembrance of the victims, family members grieved.
They are beloved by so many in their community. They are friends, parents, siblings, and partners.
OSP says the crash occurred when a semi-truck traveling northbound about halfway between Albany and Salem ran off the road and hit a passenger van carrying 11 people. The 4 surviving occupants were hospitalized. The van was pushed into another semi-truck, which was also parked. A witness told the Salem Statesman Journal it appeared like the van was crushed between the 2 trucks. Police arrested the driver of the semi-truck, which ran off the road. 52-year-old Lincoln Clayton Smith of California was charged with 7 counts of manslaughter, DUI, reckless driving, and assault.
So life's not fair. It's one of the realities of life.
The state's farm worker union says the van's occupants were all farm workers. Speakers at Sunday's vigil say many workers were from Mexico and were trying to earn enough money to build homes for their family back home.
And you know, there's sadness, there's grief for the loss of our loved ones. Some may still ask, why? Some may be angry. Some might be angry with themselves, angry at the world, angry with God. There's anxiety and doubt about what the future will bring.
The victims ranged from 30 to 60 years old. Last Monday, some family members asked a Marion County judge for justice. Sunday, Chaplain George Escalante urged family members to give themselves time to grieve.
Sometimes we can handle the grief and pain, but sometimes we can't.
If you would like to help these families, there is a fundraiser organized by Bakun, the union representing farm workers, and you can find a link to that fundraiser on our website, kgw.com.
Thomas, thank you so much. Well, fire crews in Springfield are dealing with a wildfire that broke out just south of the city. The fire department just says the timber and brush fire started in an old quarry south of the Swanson lumber mill. Firefighters were unable to reach the fire on the ground due to thick brush, so they brought in a helicopter to attack it from the air as they tried to stop it from growing.
We're going to be here for a little while. The fire doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and the helicopter's doing a great job keeping it from spreading.
Now, the fire has burned about 5 acres so far, and there's no word yet on any evacuations or structures being threatened by the fire. Now, also in Lane County, fire crews are battling a 300-acre wildfire that started Friday just west of Eugene near Veneta. The 7K fire quickly grew to windy conditions and steep terrain. That was the main reason for its growth. Noah Chavez has the latest.
Officials say the 7K fire has burned over 300 acres so far. Fire crews are still hard at work trying to clear vegetation from burn sites.
We dispatched a number of resources out here, and when they got on scene and saw what they were working with, we realized that we needed more.
Oregon Department of Forestry spokesperson Natalie Weber says the fire was able to spread across neighboring mountain ridges quickly because of continuous strong winds.
Was on that furthest hill over there where you can see kind of that black and the smoke, and the way that the wind's coming right now, you can see it really just brought it from that hill over to this one, up through these trees, down this area, all the way up here, and then around this side of the cliff, and that's where we ended up getting the spot fires further down that way.
Officials are currently looking into the cause of the blaze, while crews work on scorched land to surround the fire and prevent it from spreading.
So that's why that's such a top priority for us. We want to keep it as small as possible, and the first step is getting that line around it to keep it at this size where we're at right now.
Well, news tonight, a person is recovering in the hospital after a 5-day ordeal that began with a car crash deep in the woods up the Molalla River corridor. That crash left the driver stuck at the bottom of a steep ravine in the Copper Creek area. That's 18 miles into the forest. They were unable to climb out, and as a last resort, they set their car on fire Thursday morning, hoping to attract the attention of searchers. More than 3 hours later, Clackamas County deputies found the person, and firefighters were able to haul them up the ravine and to an ambulance. Well, it was a picture-perfect Sunday, Joe, and will things stay like this for Memorial Day?
Blair, it's going to be picture-perfect heading into tomorrow as well. Really, tomorrow and beyond. We're not going to be seeing any real serious heat here the next couple of days, really the last couple of days of May, but we'll gradually see our temperatures warm up by the later half of the week. I'll talk more about that detail in my full forecast in just a few minutes from now. But this is what we saw earlier this afternoon. Daytime highs, the low 70s. Of course, we saw a little bit of some clear skies to start things off. Then we saw some of those high wispy clouds kind of filter in earlier in the day, but this is the end result. Yeah, temperatures throughout much of the metro area, low 70s, a little bit warmer down in wine country. McMinnville and Salem, you topped out in about 75 degrees. So Memorial Day, it's going to be sunny and nice. If you're going to be going to any celebrations, no rain the rest of the month. We're going to be looking at a deficit in terms of average rainfall. We should be over an inch for May. We're going to be about a tenth of an inch shy of an inch when it's all said and done, because we are done with any precipitation. Much warmer weather moves in next weekend, and yeah, when I say much warmer, it's going to be looking at highs close to 90 degrees potentially for the first weekend of June. And this is what we're going to be seeing a lot of. This big ridge of high pressure is going to be bringing in a lot of sunshine the next couple of days. And again, no major changes, no shakeup with the forecast. So if you like cool and calm conditions, you're going to like the first half of this week, but the second half, it might be a little bit too much. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. Well, the body of a 19-year-old man who went missing in the Columbia River and Cascade Locks earlier this month has been found. Back on May 17th, witnesses say the man jumped off a footbridge between the boat launch and Thunder Island at Cascade Locks Marine Park and was swept downstream. His body was found Thursday near the Bridge of Gods. Now, we're told the man was a tribal member. There's no further details at this time. Well, the weather may be warming up, but the water in our local rivers is still frigid. But now there will be help at two of the most popular swimming holes. This is the first weekend that lifeguards from American Medical Response are stationed at Glen Auto Park on the Sandy River and High Rocks Park in Gladstone. Now, AMR's River Rescue Team just wrapped up a 2-week training academy this week, and they're ready to step in if needed.
This is one of the most dangerous parts of the Sandy River. There's actually a really high rate of incidences here, and so our program was started after a really bad year just because of some of the dangerous features that are right here.
Now, you're highly encouraged to wear a life jacket when you swim in the river. Lifeguards will be handing out loaner life jackets free of charge at Glen Auto Park and High Rocks. They'll be out there daily through Labor Day. Well, this weekend was the return of Portland's Rose Festival, kicking off the unofficial start of summer. Daisy Caballero was out there today and gives us a look at all the fun.
It's amazing to see them come and enjoy the festival like this. It's up from last year, and last year blew our minds.
Portland's City Fair is back for year 2 after closing down during the pandemic, bringing in people from all over the Northwest.
This is our first time coming ever. We're not natives.
The festival brings a little bit of everything for everyone in the family. There's mouth-watering food, drinks, live performances, and of course, the carnival rides with friends and family.
I'm also excited about the games because I get competitive a lot, and I just want to have fun and have fun with my family.
Local vendors have also felt the community support.
And this is what I sell from Africa, Ghana.
Including Dora Darlington LLC, which sells African clothing and accessories.
And I feel really good. People are buying, they love what I have, they're enjoying the colors, and I mean, it's pretty nice here. I like it.
Here's a look at the ticket prices. It's $15 for an adult ticket at the gate or $12 if you buy it online. Kids under 6 get in free.
But the costs for the adults are pretty expensive, but considering how much coordination and permitting and everything else that the city has to go through, this is lovely. And it's lovely to have a 3-day weekend where you're able to take your family and you're able to take your kids somewhere.
And what's a festival without food? Batter on Deck made an appearance for the first time this year.
Being from Portland, Oregon, raised here my whole life, it's an event that I've been coming to since I was a kid. So now being a vendor in it is like almost a dream come true.
Owner Isaiah Bostick says these types of events mean everything to local Portland small businesses, especially after the pandemic.
I've done a lot of different events in Portland since I started, but this is hands down I tell my friends and family, for me, this is like the Super Bowl of events.
But the festivities don't stop there. For the last century, the Rose Festival parades have been volunteer run, and there's a need for more.
Right now, we really need people to show up for the Starlight Parade. It's just 1 week away. And we're still looking for 20 to 30 people to go to our website at rosefestival.org and sign up to come secure the parade route and really make it so that we can send those parades down the street.
Now, if you didn't make it to the city fair this weekend, do not worry. You still have until June 11th to come on by. We have all the details at kgw.com. Daisy Caballero, KGW News.